So I will continue the module 3, that is memory. Memory is most important device. So without memory, the hardware designers and all the computers, very essential device is the memory. There are several types of memories are present in the any computer systems. You can take a general computer systems as well as the embedded computer systems. So embedded computer system is also having a limited amount of memory as per the application requirement. So we can detail study about the memory. In case of direct memory access, it is one of the important tool. How to access the information from the memory. This embedded system, actually it is having a very limited amount of memory, but it is totally depends on the external memory of the systems. So direct memory access. Access means informations to be extract from the memory. This is known as direct memory access. Direct memory access can be classified into three types in case of embedded system. First one is RAM. RAM is random access memory. Random access memory contains variable unstable register bank. I think you might be know what is register. Register is a information storing device. Store the information depends upon the application. This is known as a register. Register bank, a group of registers, which is known as a bank. But embedded microcontroller which contains R0 to R15, total 15 to 16 register bank is this. 16 registers are there. All the registers are fixed bits. Fixed bits means 32-bit register. Fixed register bank. Why the name is unstable? Register bank is unstable. It means what? You can transfer the data from one register into another register. Load, store, all the instruction can be takes place by using the register. You can use this R0 to R15 register bank. These registers are fixed in embedded microcontroller systems, that is 32 bits fixed registers. There are several, you can utilize this 16-bit instructions also there. 16-bit instructions are known as thumb instructions. Thumb instructions are known as 16-bit instructions. So that is also you can does all these activities through this register bank. Hence the transfer of data from one register to another register, which is known as register bank unstable. You can transfer and take the information from one register to another register, but there are some special function registers are there. Total these are R0 to R15, that is the general purpose, but some specific function registers are there. What are those registers? We can select R13 is the program counter. This is the special purpose special function register. SF4 means special function register. R13 is PC. You can use it for program counter. And R14 for link register. R14 is useful for link register. And R15 we can use it for stack pointer. So these are the fixed arrangements are there in case of microcontroller register bank. You can utilize in embedded systems. And another important thing is in case of RAM, status register. Status registers, whatever the informations are stored by the manufacturers, you cannot alter these informations. If it is a 32-bit means it should be entered within 32 bits. You cannot alter all these the fixed registers. These are not alterable. These are not variable, fixed. Once the program designers and developers are designed and fix the certain programs, the user you cannot alter this type of programs. That is known as a status register. In you can take it another form of register is general purpose register. It is also having 32 bits, but without condition, easy to transfer the data without conditions from one register into another register. Totally R0 to R15 you may use it for the general purpose register, and you may use it for both special function register. Both the functions can be takes place. Only thing is that you have to utilize the proper rule of transformation of information from one register to another register. You may call it as a swapping of the information from one register to another register. These are the most important parameter in case of direct access memory in the embedded systems. Without these things you cannot write and observe the output through the monitor. And another most important part of this is ROM. ROM means read only memory. It is a part of a hardware. Then some application softwares are loaded in the ROM. So it is you cannot alter whatever the informations are stored in the ROM. Read only memory application software is installed as part of that hardware. So read only memory, designers and manufacturers are whatever the information, whatever the contents at the time of manufacturing time only, all the programs and all the formalities and conditions they are designed and developed. Once they are designed, user cannot alter or user cannot modify it. This is known as ROM memory in case of embedded system. You can utilize this ROM and you can design separately. Then you cannot alter. This is the condition. And another type of these are comes under the flash memories. Flash memories PROM. PROM means programmable read only memory. And another important memory is EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable read only memory, EEPROM. These are two types of memories. You can n number of times you can erase, rewrite, and you can execute this. But read write read write facilities is available in case of PROM and EEPROM. But read write all the facilities are absent in case of ROM. ROM is fixed to whatever the program the manufacturers are installed. You cannot alter it. But you can use the PROM and EEPROM. You may use these memories and erase several times and again debug it and remove that unwanted things, unwanted data. Again you have to reinstall, retype, and you can execute the programs. These are the part of the flash memory in case of embedded system. Embedded system is properly utilizing these facilities because embedded system does not having the secondary memory. Secondary memory is absent. That's why the embedded system actually it is very small amount of memory is stored. It is depends on the general general memory in the system memory. It is totally depends on the system memory. How much it is required, that much amount of memory it is present in case of embedded systems. Arduino board, ARM7, all these facilities are provided in case of embedded system. And another type of memory we are enter into the stack. Stack is also very limited, 2K byte, 4K byte, 8K byte. So this very limited amount of memory we can use it as a stack. We can partitioning these memories, RAM, ROM and stack, and these are the partitions of the memory. Generally you are familiar in case of general computers how they are partitioning the memories in various. Generally you can try A drive, B drive, C drive, like that. Only they are divided in the embedded system. Stack is they are occupied, they are providing some amount of space which is known as stack. Stack means the informations to be push and pop. These instructions can be used. In C compiler also you can use it, or microcontroller embedded systems, embedded for assembly language also you can use it, or C languages also you can use it. You can write it the program both. It is executing both C compiler as well as cross compiler. So you can use it either C language or assembly language. So what is the function of stack? Stack is the information storing by using push instructions and removing the data by using the pop instructions. So these are supports for the subroutine. Subroutine means functions. So main program we are returning, we are calling the functions. Functions means subroutines. Sub programs you can writing. Sub functions you can writing in the particular memory location, and the name of the program you can call it. Then the same subroutine is executing in the main programs. Afterwards, if you push and pop instructions, through that informations you can execute these stack operations. It is usually meant for the subroutine, writing the subroutine programs in assembly level language or microcontroller based or high level language such as a C compiler. You can use it and you can perform the required task. Then call and return instructions and recursion. I think you might be knowing about the C language. Recursion means calling the function with itself. Call the functions with the help of push and pop instructions in case of C language. So in this way, stack memory is executing. It is also most important part in case of embedded systems. So some amount of memory is to be reserved for the stack operations. It may be 2K, 4K, 8K, limited amount. Then based on that, based on the requirement, they are utilizing the stack operations. It is about the stack. Once again, I will summarize. Memory in case of embedded system, it is most important part, and it partitioning the memory in the embedded system: RAM, ROM, and stack. And RAM contains the following register bank: R0 to R15, R13 and R14 and R15s are the special function register, and status register is there. Status register, whatever the information manufacturers are stored, then user cannot alter these informations. This is known as the register bank of the RAM, and this same register bank also you can utilize it as the 32-bit general purpose register. There is no constraint. You can fix the R13, R14, R15 as the PC, LR and SP. That is not necessary. You can use it general purpose, but whenever you are executing the special function SFR, you must be select this register. This is the major criteria for selection of the register bank. So, in the memory continued part, memory organizations, we can organize the memory. Organize the memory, we can write it in this form: SFR, special function register, RAM, program memory of 8K, and we can arrange the EEPROM. I already told what is SFR, what is RAM, what is program memory. It is 8K, then reserving for small amount of memory in case of embedded systems. If these are the erasable PROM, then so this is a memory arrangements in case of embedded system. And we are proceeding to the another important device which is known as sensors. Sensors are most important in case of big data analytics and IoT related projects. So sensor is most important. There are various types of sensors are there at present, depends on the nature of applications. So how the selection of sensors? It is most important parameter to selecting the sensor. Selecting the sensor depends on the nature of the environment. For example, Delhi is there, totally cloudy, cloudy atmosphere is there. At that time, they are selecting the different sensors. Then high temperature, high humidity, depends on the nature of temperature, nature of environment. We are selecting the sensors. The sensors, different functions and different sensors are using. For temperature control, it is different. Humidity control sensors are different. In case of defense, they are using maximum number of sensors. More concentrated lens, more concentrated, which is depends on the how much distance it is covered, the size as well as the cost, which is depends on the how much distance it will cover and how much information to be gathered. These are all the parameters are considered while selecting the Sensors. Sensors are most important device in case of big data analytics. Without sensors, you cannot collect the information from the operational technology. Operational technology means any one plant. You can take any one plant, either pharmaceuticals or chemicals or sugarcane, anything else. But with the help of sensors only we can collect the information. Sensor is most important. It is one of the a device which is convert. What is sensor? You are already familiar in camera. What is camera? Camera, what it does? Whatever the information, physical informations with the help of light, that is converted into electrical signals. Signals may be analog information. Sensor, which device? It is a device which converts the physical entities, physical parameters in the form of electrical signal. It is known as a sensor. Types of the sensors, which is depends on the type of the application. Different peoples, they are selecting different sensors. That is depends on the purely nature of the application. It is also depends on the environment, types of environment. The environment is also most important while selecting the sensors. But our idea is to what is sensor, what are the utility in the real time application, that is most important. Sensor is generally a device which is collect the information, physical information, that should be converted in the form of electrical signal. So this is known as a reference. Reference means sensor reference input. It is in the form of electrical signal, analog signal, that is processes to the next set is controller. It controls the input and output information, and next signal is processed to the signal conditioning device. Compare these inputs as well as the output. And another most important is actuators. Actuator is also most important part. What is the major function of actuator? Actuator is also we can implement it. Actuator is major function to control the output information. Actuators, sensors and actuators are both are come into the picture. Actuator were more concentrated, sensors after that were concentrated actuator. In case of closed loop system, it is closed loop system. You can take anyone production industries. You can take a closed loop system, take it as a input reference input voltage. We can taking selecting from the sensors. These sensors inputs are proceeding to the controller. That informations to be further process through the signal conditioning. Then this is another most important, which is known as a actuator. Actuator is a device. It compares the output with respect to the input. Whatever the expected output, expected output is most important. That actuator does all these functions. Compare the output, real output and expected output. Based on that, actuator is continuously monitoring the output information. If it is true, then only it stops its operation. Actuator is major controlling unit. It controls the output with the help of feedback. Take the output variable. Output variable can be further proceeding. Analog sensors are used. All the information continuously in the form of analog signal. Then this is processed to the signal conditioning device. Through the feedback signal, again it is compared with the input with respect to the expected output. So sensors and actuators are most important in case of all the process industries. Without these two devices, you cannot control the output. In open loop system, that is different. There is no feedback in open loop system. But if you remove this, it acts as a open loop system. Open loop system does not contain any feedback. You are not getting, this is unstable. Open loop system is unstable, but closed loop system is more stable. If you remove this feedback, it acts as a open loop system. Open loop system is not a stable output. You cannot judge, even though you can arrange this type of actuators as well as sensors, you cannot get a proper output result. Result is heretical ones. To avoid that heretical results, all the production industries, we are considering into the closed loop system. Closed loop system is more stable and you will get the stable output. So these are the conditioning sensors and activators are most important device in case of closed loop system. Through these activators only control the output and input informations. These are the most important elements, most important devices in case of embedded system. All the big data analytics as well as IoT related big data analytics, big data analytics and IoT related projects are depends on these sensors and actuators are the most important section of the process industries in case of embedded system. Once again, just I will repeat these informations. Memory I already told and explained about types of memory and functions of memory. Similarly, I have revised these sensors and actuators. Sensors is just like a device which is converted physical information into the electrical signal. These are the block in the process industries. Any one plant this system is present and take the closed loop system, take the feedback and collect the information, compare the expected output and obtained output. These are the job is done by the actuators. These are the major functions in case of embedded